Alrighty, we are recording now. Welcome to Edging with Trash and Monk. I'm Trash.
And I'm Monk. Wait.
I think we did the intro. If my name's second, I think you're gonna be the one that has to intro the show. I think we're starting this from now on. You're always doing the intros because I don't want to.
I'm doing the intros?
Forever.
Okay, I can do intros. I'm good at intros. What can I say? Oh God, my soundboard isn't set up. I can't do the thing.
Oh, I don't think it would show up in the recording anyway. Maybe it would. Actually, I don't know. Let's see if it makes it in.
I can't. It doesn't give me the option.
Oh, we're in the stage, so there's the no fun allowed rule.
Yeah.
Welcome everybody.
No fun allowed in the stage. Sad. Hi everybody. It's we're edging. You're here with Brian Trash, and
Monk of Cursed, of course.
And we're here to do a little bit of edging.
Yeah. Now, what is edging? Brian
edging
Trash.
Is this like this kind of sexual denial? Oh wait, we're talking about movies. My bad. So we're watching.
Wait, what's the other thing?
I don't know. Google it. Google it on your own time, okay?
Okay, I'm doing that right now. You.
All right. Oh.
Mm.
Yeah. We're gonna be talking about movies though. Monk and I do and several other people watch a lot of movies together in a pile, in like kind of a puddle of people.
Don't talk
we
about
talk
the pile.
about,
Don't bring up the fucking pile on the podcast.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my transgressions.
I know.
Yeah, we watch these movies, edgelord movies, a category that is more of a vibe than it is anything else. Something that battles have been fought over.
Yeah.
And by battles, I mean people yelling at each other in Discord calls. Talking about what is an edgelord movie. And we have a pretty good idea of what that is. If there's katanas,
There's camp, if there's vampires and or werewolves.
If there's new metal,
if there could be new metal, but there isn't.
Or if the new metal would fit, even if it's not there.
Yeah, if you can tell that someone wanted to put a new metal track in, and then some fucking fat cat Hollywood executive said, "You can't have Korn in our movie about werewolves.
You can't put a Limp Bizkit in here."
You put a soggy biscuit in there, but not a limp one.
Yeah,
but actually, no, you can't put the soggy biscuit in there either because we're all edging, so no one's gonna make the biscuit
we're
soggy.
all edging. No biscuit sogging. So we're gonna be talking about movies on this podcast, and one of the big things is that we try and do this in one setting, so there's gonna be blemishes, and if that's not for you, I understand.
Listen,
but I think it's good.
Podcasting,
I think it's good to have some blemishes in a podcast.
Podcasting is like jazz. Sometimes it just sounds like shit, and it's your fault.
Yeah, exactly. It's your fault
for not getting it.
Yeah. We're gonna be like all the time. It's gonna be great. So we're gonna be talking about a movie today, near and dear to our hearts. One of the pinnacles of the edgelord genre.
The Caw.
The Caw. No, it's The Crow. You know that movie? You've probably seen that movie before.
I have not seen that movie.
You have not seen that movie.
I have not seen that movie.
Whoa.
We
didn't just watch it.
Yeah, we definitely didn't just watch the entire movie.
Yeah, we didn't watch the whole movie.
My favorite part about The Caw. Definitely the cheesy one-liners. I think The Caw has a I'm gonna stop calling it that now. The Crow has a special place in my heart for all of the people saying "you're a steam ass" or whatever the fuck throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, hearing somebody get called a steamhead by somebody who's like ostensibly on some sort of injectable heroine
Yeah.
You know, and just got shot in the leg and going Steamhead. Like, what
Yeah.
is happening? Who wrote this movie?
There's so many lines like that that sounded really cool in someone's head, and then the director, I'm assuming, I haven't looked into anything up as to the production of the movie, but what I'm assuming happening is like they were maybe going to do some reshoots or something, but I guess something must have happened on set during the production of The Crow that made that really difficult. I'm not really sure what it may have been.
Yeah, no idea what could have happened on set there. You know,
at least nobody died.
You just go ahead and
it's just
nobody died. It's a movie. Like, they're all very safe. There's no problems that happen in movies ever. Except for that one time with Alec Baldwin.
Oh yeah, well that was murder. That was premeditated.
That was just premeditated.
Alec Baldwin had beef with that guy.
Oh god. Anyways, so the Crow, the ballad of Eric D. Raven, as he goes through the city, avenging, just fully avenging, right?
Fully avenging, fully edging, fully. He's got his Joker makeup. He's got his leather trench coat. He is ready to be a little edgelord, but you know what's stopping him from edging? It's all these fucking goons out in the street.
They're gooning out in the streets.
This is a very goon-coded movie, I think. There's a lot of so what do you want me to do with this one, boss, in the movie, and then they look over to Dracula, who's making out with his sister or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, for some reason, incest couple is in charge of all crime in the city, which is a powerful choice.
Yeah,
I really do appreciate that. And they've decided that they have the gangs running around in this apocalyptic vision of Detroit that only a Reaganite could really come up with. And yeah, I just thought it was it's very super Predator, you know what I mean? Like,
it's very Dateline.
Yeah, it's very Dateline. And it's wild just seeing all these characters, like, they're like, oh, and then Eric Draven, like some wimpy ass guitarist who, I don't know if you've ever listened to the music they made for the movie. They put together one song to be played by, what's the name of the band again?
Hangman's Joke.
Hangman's Joke. It's not good. I love that it's like, oh yeah, this is like, we've created a movie about this guitarist in a band, and they put so little effort. Or maybe they put a lot of effort and it just sucked, but Yeah,
it literally sounds like it's like some guy in a bar's cover band for The Cure, and
yeah.
That rules that it's so bad, but it's bad. It's not very good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be defending everything that happens in this movie that's bad by saying no, actually it rules. But yeah, it is a fucking like, it is not meant to be listened to outside of the movie. We'll say that. I think they literally have like 30 seconds of it play in one scene, and just so that they can have the line that they have as the tagline of the movie for some reason. It can't rain all the time, which is like, maybe not really that deep of a message. Yeah, it can't. It doesn't. Congratulations.
It just doesn't. Yeah, it's one of those things that it feels kind of weird, and it's like, yeah, I get that if he says that, the kid will hear it and turn around and be like, oh wow, you're actually Eric, but like, also,
you could have picked a better line. You could have picked like, don't jerk your shit, you'll go to hell.
Yeah, or like don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah.
Not even once. Nancy Reagan.
That was my actual favorite part of the movie, is the scene that I think you're segueing into right here, where they squirt the morphine out of her track-o-see.
Yeah, her Trekosies, just coming. They're just coming. Yeah, it's they make a lot of choices in this movie. They really do. They really do. And I love all the flashbacks that are looking at Eric Draven and Eric Draven. Oh, sorry, Eric D. Raven. I don't want to get it wrong.
Yeah.
And he's just not like the goth. Like,
he's not the goth we want, but he's the goth we need.
Yeah, he's not a goth, right? In all his things, it's like he's wearing like floral print and like looking like this fucking normal ass dude, normal like stay off drugs kids kind of dude. And then he's getting married. They do these things that are like vaguely goth coded, where he's like, "Oh yeah, babe, I set up a bunch of candles in the attic to try and burn down the house we live in. That's where I'm gonna propose to you." And it's like, the candles, sure, that's kind of goth coded, but like, it never really turns into that. He's not that until he dies, and then comes back a year later.
Well, he spent a year in hell. He spent a year in hell, Brian.
And that does make you goth. That's true.
Then hell, that's all true. They play Bela Lugosi's Dead on like a constant loop, and that's how he turned into. They like Clockwork Oranged his eyes open while playing The Cure, and I don't know, some other goth shit. I'm not a goth either. I'm not a nerd, so I don't know what the actual goth shit is.
There's only one band, and it's
The Cure and that, yeah.
Yeah, The Cure's a pop band. And Bauhaus is the only goth band. Yeah, but that's what they only have. Mime School, The Fighting Pit, and Bela Lugosi's Dead playing on repeat. That is what hell is. Yeah. Which, I mean, hey, that doesn't sound so bad. I'm just saying. But I could go to Mime School.
You think it rains all the time in hell?
I think it probably rains all the time.
I thought it couldn't rain all the time.
Well, on Earth. But hell's a different story, bud.
In hell, Satan's pissing on you. And that's rain. That's what they call rain, is Satan's piss.
Do you think Satan's piss is actually like cum as well?
Do you think Satan's piss gets you high? Do you think there's LSD in Satan's piss?
Yeah, you're just having like the worst trip of your life. That's what's actually happening. You get a golden shower from Satan. And
have I told you about my idea about how we should do surgeries from now on?
I'm terrified to hear this, but no, I haven't.
What they should do is they should have an option to, if you're going in for like a procedure and they're putting you under, you can have your traditional option of like going under, or you can have like hard mode where they just load you up with psychedelics and give you no painkillers and strap you down, and you have the worst trip of your life while you're getting your like appendix removed or whatever the fuck.
Sounds based.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I personally would probably go for the painkillers, but I do appreciate the option to have the worst day of my life.
Yeah. And you know what? Anytime you have a bad day after that, you could at least think like, well, maybe this isn't so bad compared to if I had said yes to the salvia surgery.
Oh my god, the salvia surgery. That'd be so rough. Oh, look, time's dilating into a really cool way. Oh no, what are they gonna do with that scalpel?
They pull like your organs out
around me. Oh my god, you just look at it like, ah.
It does like that smear thing.
And then you wake, and then you come back from it, and nothing has happened yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's.
I think Joe Biden should make this a reality today.
Hey, we're starting the petition, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Folks.
Change.org. Look for it there. And maybe something will happen. I don't know. Maybe someone will put that there. I'm not.
Yeah, no, I'm not fucking around with that. I don't want them getting my address. Never.
What was your the best part of the movie? Definitely the drugs, and how Eric does not like them. How Eric is ontologically opposed to them. what is the second best part of the movie? What's some other strong themes in there? I guess the Reaganite aspects about how they really are intent on like pitching you this idea of like there's like little goblins everywhere trying to like
Yeah.
start fires and shit on Devil's Night because there's
Yeah.
anarchists all over the streets.
It's like I think the really interesting thing is if you think about the world that this is happening in, you've got like, oh yeah, we've got Devil's Night happening, but Devil's Night is explicitly not just people going around burning buildings. That it is actually painted as that, but in fact, it is the work of criminals who are using it as a way to burn, to like clear parts of the city for it's actually unclear, but it's kind of hinted at that they're trying to do like land development, right? They underdevelop that to such a degree that you just can't say for sure.
No,
right?
another thing that maybe the hypothetical reshoots would have addressed. Maybe,
yeah. It's like, oh yeah, well we were hearing complaints, and so we sent our slumlord asses went over there and did some extreme violence, some fucking real Clockwork Orange violence on this couple, and it's just like, okay, cartoonishly evil, right?
Yeah,
and they go and are doing this. They literally walk in with a piece of paper being like, I hear you had some complaints.
Walk in with the printed out change.org petition, and they're like, what's this say about roaches in the building?
Yeah, it's like a normal landlord would just leave like a cow's head on the porch or something like that. But like they're like, oh well, we're just gonna actually go and murder these people. It's like, okay. But yeah, these are the people who are doing Devil's Night too, though, and so it's all part of this real estate conspiracy going on in Detroit, and that's in the Motor City, baby. By the way, did you catch the name of the leader of the gangsters?
I know T-Bird. I don't catch. You mean like the sister fucker? We're not. I'm not joking about that. By the way, the incest thing sounds like a bit, but no, that is his sister. He is like literally constantly like licking. There's a lot of licking in this movie, and no better example of the licking than the wholesome licking of a brother and his sister in the eyes of God.
Yeah. Even the fucking like pawn shop guy was like, oh, like what's going on with y'all? And he's like, oh yeah, well that's my sister.
Yeah.
And the pawn shop guy's like, what?
I love that pawn shop guy, by the way. I don't know who that actor is. I feel like I've seen him in a few things, but classic pawn shop guy actor. Yeah, there is. It is definitely. Some of these edgelord movies, I'm not going to name any names because I can't remember any. Some of them are stacked with like real people in them, and it's very funny when you see someone who's like a real actor in this movie about like guys with katanas slicing down, I don't know, motorcycles too, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, but anyways, the leader of the gang is named Top Dollar.
Damn. Top Dollar, you say? Is his sister named Bottom Dollar?
No, his sister named Micah.
Micah Dollar.
Micah Dollar. Yeah, like most of these people just don't have. I'm like of the people in this that have real names. There's just so few.
They point that out in the movie too, right? Like Eric is having like. He's interrogating the pawn shop guy early on in the movie, and he hears all their names, and he starts screaming about how it's a jolly band of pirates or whatever the fuck. That was really good. Yeah. Another example of the movie being so stupid it's cool, and that's I think the primary cohesive element that really holds the movie together is just this unwavering dedication to being as dumb as fucking possible at all times. And I really respect that personally.
They're just like, oh yeah, this guy, what's his name? Oh, Fun Boy. Like, you can't be for real. You can't be fucking for real at that. Oh yeah, this guy that throws knives. He throws knives. Tintin. What did you get that from a fucking children's book? Like, really?
There's also the speaking of guys, known guys, the cop in the movie. That's another
Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson, that's the name of the guy. Yeah, he's in everything. He's I think he came out of the womb and someone put a little police cap on him and it was like, oh yeah, how cute.
He's walking around his apartment in the movie with a police hat on, and Erica gets there and is like, you still have your hat on, and he's like, oh yeah.
I think you said something while we were watching it. You said, like, do they think we would forget who he is? And I think some people may have, honestly.
Yeah. You know,
maybe that's the one reshoot they did, is they filmed it in front of test audiences, and they're like, I don't know who this guy is. Can you put a hat on him or something so I can tell his occupation and relevance to the movie?
Because you put all these other things in the scene. You put a basketball, you put a trombone, these things, but they don't. That doesn't refer to his character in any way. Yeah, it's just, okay, we got some items that you would put in a scene to like identify a character a lot of the time. Yeah, and they're just like, we'll throw them in there. It's like
in all those movies where you see a guy is holding a basketball, and then you're like, oh, that's the basketball guy, and you can recognize him by him just holding the basketball all movie long.
Yeah, kind of like that. Like he likes basketball. Yeah, with a cop hat, and they were like, okay, yeah, we better have a cop hat on him in every scene so no one gets confused. I'm like, oh my god. I actually don't know. Was this based on a like a comic book or anything like that?
It was based on a comic book. I don't know anything about the comic book other than he's not a musician in the comic book. He's a mechanic, but he's got like band posters in his shop.
Yeah, that'd be way better.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why they decided to make him a fucking to make him like this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he still turns into a gothel edgy boy after dying, because that's just what hell does to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think maybe mechanic is a better choice. Something that like because I think a really core element of this movie, because you've got your scheming criminals, right? And you have your drugged up degenerates, but the third Reaganite faction that needs to be addressed that isn't in the movie at all is a blue collar. I guess Albrecht, the cop, is kind of fits into this.
Yeah.
But like blue collar working Americans. The hot dog guy. Never mind. The hot dog guy is
hot dog guy. Yeah, hot dog guy, and the bartender.
Yeah,
the lovable bartender.
There are some real Motor City salt of the earth people in this movie. And now that I think about it, I kind of forgot about them because they don't really. It's hard to compete with like the guy who's like sucking all over his sister's ear or whatever the fuck. Yeah. But those are they do a really good job too. Like they're not just like sort of in the background. They do have their moments, and they do have lines, and they deliver the lines, etc.
They got their speaking roles, you know. They got the money. They got their speaking roles, you know.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing. Also, I do love how over the course of the movie, Albrecht just gets more and more disillusioned with the Force.
Yeah.
And ends up suspended and like obviously breaking the law by helping Eric Draven, and like and then the portrayal of cops throughout the movie just gets more and more cartoonishly like, look at these dumb fucks. And I love that.
You know, you can't legally call this stuff cream.
Yeah. I got this fake cream. What is this fake creamer to put in my coffee?
Yeah, giving his Type 5 the squad.
Yeah, car. But he got paid, so you know, good for him. But also, then they they drive off to go chase chase the car, T-Bird's car, and
Hey, quick question.
he just pours coffee all over himself, and is like, oh. Shit made me laugh. Oh god.
Yeah, that was extremely good.
Yeah, there's a lot of clips in this movie that are like really funny.
That's the same cop that's always saying "what the crap" in the movie, right? Where he spills coffee and he goes "what the crap," and then later, yeah. Quick question: T-Bird.
Mm-hmm.
Is he driving around a Thunderbird? Is that his thing? Is that his car is a Thunderbird, and that's why he's called T-Bird?
You know, that would make sense. I don't know anything about cars.
I don't know anything about cars either. That's the problem. Is we real blind spot of the podcast is if we need to talk about cars or like sports.
Yeah, we just aren't those people, and that's great for us. Actually, yeah, I'm completely happy with that.
I'm completely fine with not knowing anything about these things. I think I think if you do know things about these things, then you need to reevaluate your life. Maybe touch some plastic on your keycaps a little bit.
Yeah, come on, tickle the keys. I don't mean music either. Fuck that.
Tickle them ivories. Start playing around on your honky tonk piano.
Yeah, you know what would have been a good thing for Michael D. Raven to be into
if he had like a guitar, if he was like a new wave guy instead of a goth guy.
Pretty good. I think it would have been really good if he was like an organist at a church good. Though. That would have been good.
Yeah,
that would have been good. I like mechanic because then you can link that up with like, oh yeah, I'm like a mechanic that's just really into music. I'm like a music fan, right?
Yeah.
And then you have all these like little things that he ends up doing where it's just like, oh yeah, I know how to fuck with T-Bird's car because I'm a mechanic and I know how to work on an old T-Bird. Okay, yeah, like you can get some nice little things in there, right? They didn't. They chose to go with a absolutely ridiculous story.
To have him steal a guitar from the pawn shop and just play it on the rooftop from time to time.
Yeah, I wonder if that was part of the contract.
Maybe
part of Brandon Lee's contract to just be like, oh yeah, I need to have a song for the movie.
Yeah, to jumpstart his music career. I guess it didn't really work for him though, because I mean, I don't think he's signed to a label now or anything like that.
Yeah,
like,
no, it didn't take off. Didn't take off as a musician afterwards. Yeah. So
I wonder why they might have been.
It's
one of those great mysteries in life.
One of those great mysteries. You just don't know what happened. Yeah. There's that they call it the velvet curtain, right? You're not allowed to see what happened behind the scenes on these movies.
They call it the fourth
Google
wall.
IMDb. They call it the fourth wall.
They call it the first wall. It's the one behind everyone, so you can't see the little goblins running around making the gears go.
It's called a set. Thank you very much. Yeah, fucking. Oh, I forgot to mention this at all, but going back to the Reaganite stuff, the very beginning of the movie, right? The like first moments of the movie when they're like blowing up arcade equipment in a warehouse, which also makes no sense. It's like, why in the fuck is this happening? But the establishing shot of Detroit, and they're just like flying into Detroit, and it's like, whoa, look at this, and it's just like everything's on fire all over the city.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck is happening here? But yeah, just that scene is so like cartoonishly Reaganite. I don't know. I really do wish that in the movie they'd went and tried to go and make an effort to close that loop and be like, oh, it's actually not it's like real estate developers that are doing this and not just like wild criminals operating for no real reason.
They kind of do their best to literally unclose the loop, because they have the line about like about how they show that it was like because of like some complaint about unjust housing. They don't go into any details at all. But then like at the very end of the movie, they're talking to Sister Fucker, Top Dollar. I already forgot his name.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep calling him Sister Fucker.
no, that's a good name. That's way more memorable than Top Dollar.
So Sister Fucker is there, and he's talking about like some shit about the world is anarchy. People have ideas and they become institutions, and now we need to revel in the chaos. And he's literally talking about his own racket as like, this has become an institution. We need to burn down my own shit now. And I mean, I see where he's coming from. I can't help but say that I 100% agree. We should be lighting fires randomly all throughout the city, and the fact that you're not doing that kind of reflects poorly on you, listener.
Yeah, so true. So true. Yeah, Top Dollar is like such a confusing character, just because he's like, oh yeah, we've got he does that whole speech where he's just like, yeah, so we've like built up we've got to go ahead and take this ideology that we've built up, and
a specter has been haunting Detroit.
And now we need to take it down. We need to take it down. We need to burn the field so that we can grow again, basically, right? This kind of like very odd, incoherent nihilism.
Yeah.
And I love watching it because it's so like dumb guy nihilism, right? Yeah. Like somebody's never thought about it for like more than 10 seconds. He's like, yeah, we're gonna bring anarchy to the streets because we're too entrenched right now. We need to take our institution and level it so we can go ahead and grow it. Let me lick my sister. Just like, bruh.
That really is a recurring theme on a lot of these edgelord movies that we're going to notice, is just the general concept of like having a scenery chewing villain who's like really, really fucking hamming it up, but when you actually listen to the words, it's word salad. It just doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
And that's I love it every time I see it. It's my favorite type of villain.
Mm-hmm.
Kind that just thinks they're making a point and isn't.
Yeah. Like my boss at the last place I worked. It was great.
Hell yeah. What about your boss at the current place you work?
Oh, not like that at all.
Not chewing the scenery every day?
Not chewing the scenery. In fact, we make fun of my old boss a lot. It's pretty cool. We talk about how shitty my old boss was. It's great.
Awesome. You ever have a boss that will just start talking like Sephiroth for no fucking reason?
Yeah, I was working at this coffee shop, right? And and the owner was there doing some food prep stuff, and was hanging out and was like, I just really am starting to understand more how to like relate with these like rich people, right? Because like, and first off, this is a guy who owns multiple businesses.
Literally
right?
having a revelation that he should be a worse person in his life.
Yeah, he's like, back when I was like, working lines and kitchens and stuff, this shit was like, I was always just like, these fucking Richie Riches. They're fucking ding dongs, they can't relate. But now that I'm becoming one of them, I get it.
I'm on their team now.
and he was just like he's like, I'm on Team Capitalist, and was talking to me about it as some shitty wagey, right?
Yeah.
And amazing barista. I'm gonna gas myself a little bit. One of the better baristas out there, okay?
Yeah.
But, still just a shitty wagey, right? And he's like, don't you get it? And I'm like, no, I don't. I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, I understand how you think I should understand because you're in your own little fucking world, but I don't get it. And but yeah, motherfucker would be like just talking that shit, being like, yeah, things are changing, and I'm getting it, and capitalism cool, and I'm just like, bruh, bruh.
Yeah, like the type of
You
shit that like people without any real problems start thinking. Because the moment
Yeah.
you like, just naturally, I think this is like an important survival instinct people tend to have, is like the instinct of saying, "Oh, my problems are the most important in the entire world." And when you have like actual problems, then like, yeah, you should be taking care of your own shit. But then at a certain point, your problems are like, my employees aren't respecting me, and then the problem is you at that point.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's the children who are wrong.
It's so funny, like, even like it applies to so many things too, like the genre of comedy that's become just, this is just what stand-up comedy is now, is telling a joke that nobody laughs at and then complaining about it, about how no one can take a joke anymore because you're fucking bad at telling jokes.
Yeah. Nobody understands my humor anymore. It's certainly not me. I'm not out of touch.
Who is the guy?
I'm Jeff Dunham.
Like,
I've got a puppet on stage that is so in such poor taste.
Jeff Dunham's a good example. There was, what was the guy? It's like a British guy, not Ricky Gervais, however the fuck he is.
I don't know. So just you didn't say it British enough.
British.
Ricky Gervais. That's how you say it.
Yeah. But it's like, literally, I was watching this stand-up. I wish I could remember the name of the guy so that people could go and send death threats to his house. But this guy, British guy, well known. We're keeping it in. They like start their whole act off with this monologue about how some of these jokes might be offensive, and back in my day, people would come to the show and they'd laugh at these, knowing that it's a joke, it's for laughing at. Can't do a fucking fake British accent at all. But then he like talks himself up so bad about how subversive he was going to be, and I don't even remember any of his jokes. It's all like, knock knock, who's there? AIDS. It's like his entire bit.
Amazing. What a good joke. Well crafted. Yeah.
His bit just sucked. His actual act was the fucking worst on the planet I've ever seen. It was so funny.
It's funny to see like Dave Chappelle do that. My favorite British comedian, Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
To tell jokes like that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what would have been a really funny joke?
What's that?
If I actually did apply for that job on Stephen Crowder's ITT.
I was actually really hoping you were gonna do it.
I should have.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, like, you shouldn't have, but also, like, yeah, you should have.
I should have
been really funny.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Like, I hate to be that person, but also, people should do the funniest thing that they can at any given time.
You're so right.
Yeah. I just don't think that there's anything worth not making a joke out of, and that includes our own lives. So
that would be a really good bit to go to a minimum security prison for about 5 years.
You're right. A whack-a-day, shack-a-day. I love it. I love slapstick humor, and that's why I, will have occasionally slapped people when they've done something wrong.
Yeah. Did you use a stick when you slapped them or no?
It did not stick. My hand was not.
Damn.
I didn't even have to powder it. Actually, my hand's just not clammy enough.
Wow. That's impressive. You got dry hands up there, I guess.
I got dry hands. In beautiful Washington.
Got dry hands.
Dry hands.
Turn blonde in the sun.
Jesus Christ. Oh God. All right. Are we feeling pretty wrapped up, or you got more to say about the movie and stuff?
I don't know. I feel like we touched on most of the high points. I don't know how long we're gonna make these things. How long have we been going? A period of time, I guess. Yeah. You got anything else to add?
I mean, we've probably been going like an hour, honestly.
Shit.
Yeah. Hot damn.
Here's something I wanted to show out. The special effects in the movie. Especially like I think everyone, top-notch jobs all around. Jim Moyer, weapons specialist. Great job.
Great job. Excellent work.
No notes.
No notes.
I gotta go Google the name of the movie now and see why they didn't do any reshoots.
Yeah, why did they do any reshoots? Let's go find out. Oh no. Did you know? Oh no.
Oh no.
Do you know Brandon Lee died in the making of this movie? Oh God. That really, I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't release this episode.
It's okay. What's the worst that could possibly happen?
Well, what's the worst that could happen?
We go to hell.
What, is someone gonna get mad?
What? We go to hell and we come back as the Crow?
Yeah, come back as Goth. Oh no. I already wear enough black clothing, okay? I'll be fine.
I'll be fine, except for during those rough Texas summers, you wear all black and you pass out from heat exhaustion.
That'll do that, yeah. Unless you got all that ranch water.
Yeah,
ranch sponsor water. This show, ranch water.
Coursing through my veins while I drive on the freeway, drive down 75, taking a sip of ranch water.
Yeah, that sounds like a great time, I'm not gonna lie. I'm
like 5 feet in 30 minutes.
Very into driving in stop and go traffic. Wasted out of my mind.
If you are going to drink and drive, that should be when you do it. Is when you're in stop and go traffic and you're going like 5 miles per hour tops, and then you also have a big bag of like cheesy poofs next to you, and you can eat that and sober up.
Yeah. What's the worst is going to happen? Is you get a little fender bender every 10 seconds. Who cares, Well, that's what they're there for.
You know what happens if you get a little fender bender is you get out and you exchange ranch waters with the driver in front of you, and you just fucking chill out, and it's not a big deal,
Yeah, and then you tongue kiss.
And maybe it's your sister, and there you go. You become the guy from The Crow, and you start burning things down all over town.
That's how you become top dollar. Top dollar, the sister kisser. Oh God.
All right, Brian, you got anything to shout out? You want anything to be associated with this fucking recording?
I mean, hey, I make jokes on the internet. Yeah, Brian Trash. Just Google me. I don't know. You'll probably find something.
Yeah.
I think I got pretty good SEO. I don't think anybody else calls themselves Brian Trash.
No, I don't think so either.
Beautiful thing.
It's also a very good pun because I keep thinking brain trash when I see it.
Yeah, true.
You can connect with me on LinkedIn.
I also like B Trash. B Trash is good.
B Trash is good.
Yeah, LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Check me out on LinkedIn.
Check me out on LinkedIn. Any prospective employers listening to this episode. Also, if you would like to join the live studio audience for these recordings, of which there is currently one member, please feel free to stop by my Discord server. I have no easy way to find it, so you're going to have to track me down and send me a DM for an invite. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is.
That's just how it is. We got a Discord server. It's hard to find.
It's hard to find.
Don't sell hats.
That's how God wanted it to be. So
that is how God wanted it. Yeah.
We don't sell hats. That's another very good point.
Yeah. Yet.
Alrighty. Well, You know how you end edging, Brian, right? Just give us a little bit, a little cum right into the microphone.
You want a little bit, just a little bit. There we go. That's what you get. You can check me out on Fansly for longer moans.
All right, good night, everyone. Goodbye.
Good night, everyone, and good luck.